Okay, so here we have the Companions of the Fourth Doctor set. Now, in terms of the 3-packs, they've done the same kind of thing again this year, where they've just got a basic sort of white background with a few grey lines going down it. I really wish they'd just have a vortex or something through this, just because it does look really bland. Like, this packaging is very, very bland. There's not a lot to say about it whatsoever. So, in saying that, let's just get into it and crack the figures open and we'll have a look. Okay, so here are all 3 out of the box. So, basically this time around we've got all new heads this time around, so yeah, but all of these figures do reuse parts. So, we'll start off with the Sarah Jane figure, which uses the Martha Jones from The Sound of Drums and Last of the Time Lords figure. So if we take a look at it, maybe, there we go. So here it is, and I will say the likeness to Elizabeth Sladen is great. It is a great likeness, and literally I've got nothing else to say other than that. It is just a great likeness to Elizabeth Sladen. Now, the uniform itself could also, is also from Revenge of the Cybermen. In fact, this outfit she's wearing here from Genesis of the Daleks, she doesn't actually wear this until, get this outfit until I think it's part 5? Yeah, I think it's not until part 5 she gets this costume. So to be honest, it's really more from Revenge of the Cybermen. But taking a look, we're going to start the boots actually. So the boots are just like combat boots. Again, look fine. And the trousers, they do work as combat trousers. So again, nothing really to see there. The patches on it, I don't know. I think they do look. I'm not sure what to say about them. I think the patches should have been blended a bit more. I think they just look a bit too much like just splodges. More than else, I think it should have been blended in a little bit more, but to be honest, not bad. And then we have her top, or jacket here, which should technically be open, but the fact that it is buttoned up isn't bad. And they have, put hints of the shirt popping out, round her collar, so to be honest, that is great. But yeah, this Elizabeth Sling head is really good, because to be honest, I wondered if they would just switch the hair on an existing Sarah Jane figure, because to be honest, you could technically get away with that, but no, it's a completely brand new sculpt, and yeah, it does really look like Elizabeth Sladen, and the paint apps are nice and sharp as well. There's no sloppiness here, and the hair does look really nice, though the hair doesn't actually sit on the body. That is the one downside about this. The hair doesn't actually sort of sit on the jacket, it just sort of kind of stops. It looks like it should be sitting on the body, but it doesn't. Then again, no doubt they're probably going to use this head sculpt for another figure, so let's kind of forgive them for that part. We then have Mary Tam's Romana 1, which is a figure no one thought we would ever get. And yeah, it does look really great. The only thing about it is it does look there's something about that, I don't know what it is, but it just looks a bit odd. It almost looks like she's looking down all the time. I don't know what it is about that. But when you stand her up like this, she is looking down. And it was the same with all the ones in the store, but I don't know. The head on this one is actually a bit rubbery, a bit loose. But yeah, I don't know what, I think it's just because she's doing that, it does make it look like she's got a massive forehead than she actually does. The hair again is done well. Characters are really good at doing hair sculpts generally. And the jacket is also quite nice as well. Now they've tried to disguise the jacket and the actual shirt underneath by painting it. Now the only thing I will say actually about this, if I just move the camera down, is that really they should have stopped the paint just here, where the actual joint is. I think that would have made it less obvious than it actually is, that this is all just a jacket piece that they painted halfway. I think they should have, rather than continue the paint to probably where its actual length is, just stop it just before then, and I think it would have looked all the better for it. But again, they've done what they've done. They've also done the thing where they've made it look a little bit orange. Yeah, it does look a bit orangey on camera. I said the same about the 4th Doctor figure that came with the Leland K9 B&M set. It kind of almost looks like she's about to regenerate. She does look more orange on camera than she does in real life. But yeah, other than that, they've used what they've had to have used. I think, is this a Primeval figure? I can't remember. Not really an expert on this costume, but it is nice to have one in the line. Will they release other variants? Possibly. On this one, you can see the hair does actually fit properly on the jacket, on the sculpt, so there's less of a raised head look. So that one, I think, has worked better. And finally, we have Romana 2. The reason I've been holding these is because none of them tend to stand up very well. They all tend to be pretty sort of top heavy almost. But Romana 2, because of her boots, this one does seem to stand a bit better. There we go. So if we take a look at this figure, you can see that it is just a Sarah Jane Adventures Sarah Jane. The one released with the Kuglak figure, so that's really all to see on that. And this definitely, I think this one, maybe, I don't know, it's between this one and the Sarah for the best likeness, but this one is a really good likeness of Lalla Wood. It does genuinely look like her. They've got the hair where it's generally one, sort of shade of blonde brown, sort of, but you've got her roots, which are being painted in as well, highlighted detail, which is good. They've also got the piping around the coat, which again is all correctly done. And the scarf itself is actually a new piece, and they've actually given it a little bit of dirt on various bits. It is very subtle, but it's just to show, the sort of dirt from the sand on Skaro during Destiny. But yeah, the rest of the coat is a close enough match, to be honest. It is a really good match. If I just lift the scarf up, here we go. You can even see they've done the little lapels and the little sort of buttonholes on the lapels and the buttons on the coat. And the boots, again, are obviously Elizabeth Sling's boots. But again, they work well, and they've done them in a deep sort of purple colour. So, to be honest, for this figure, yeah, a really good job for it. So, what do I think on the companions of the 4th Doctor set? Well, yeah, it is a really good one. Is it the best of the 3 packs? I don't know. It depends which era you're more of a fan of. If you're more of a fan of the 3rd Doctor era, then you'll probably want the unit set more. If you're more of a fan of the 4th Doctor era, then obviously this one. And if you're a fan of the companions of the 13th Doctor, none of us will take you seriously. So, yeah, overall for £20 is really good. And to be honest, the reusing figures, this time, yeah, to be honest, you could get away with it. Especially, I think it works best with the Romana 2, where they've reused parts. And it does really work well with the Sarah Jane, as long as you forgive the jacket from being done up from being left open. And the Romana, to us, I'm not an expert on that costume, so be honest, to me it works fine enough, and I am happy with it. I don't feel like, they could have really done anything else. They have put the maximum amount of effort into this. So, I will be looking forward to seeing variants in the future. Who knows what we might get, but the quality standard is good and it is high, but we can't let it drop. It does have to stay at this. But who knows what we'll get in the future. But it does mean that we now have both of the 4th Doctor's companions from season 12 and pretty much all of the 4th Doctor companions, apart from Adric and also kind of like one-offs. Like, will we ever get Duggan? Probably not. But hey, that's it for this review, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.